Hi, I'm Jim Jordan with the Oregon Energy Healing Center. And as we approach our 2-year anniversary here, coming up on June 14th, I want to communicate a message that I learned myself, a message for health and healing that I learned myself many years ago in my youth when I had been struggling with chronic fatigue syndrome in my 20s in Chicago. And I had been getting nowhere after seeing every type of doctor, conventional and holistic. And I finally came across a Chinese doctor, a Chinese medical doctor in Chinatown, the south side of Chicago, who, through an interpreter who didn't speak English, told me, when I told him my diagnosis, I said I have Epstein-Barr virus, candida, chronic fatigue syndrome, depression, blah, blah, blah. He said, no, 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 that's not it. He said, you are basically not healthy through his interpreter. I said, okay, what's the deal here? Yes, that's true. I'm not healthy. He said, and when you're healthy, you can't be sick. So he wanted me to refocus on away from my issues, health issues, to the solution, which is creating health. And he proceeded to give me instructions about how to do that with his approach. And actually, that was a turning point in my health. And so how this applies to you, each individual, you'll have to just take this information in and see how it lands for you. But the key thing that I've learned is to focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Focusing on what you don't want is, I don't want this digestive disorder, this neurological incapacity, this financial impoverishment, or whatever it is you don't want. And dealing with it from the problem's perspective. The difference is to focus on what you do want. I want to create vibrant health. I want to create prosperity. And then you state that in the present tense. I am vibrantly healthy. I have an affirmation I do for myself every day when I do my Qigong practice that includes many things, but includes I am vibrantly healthy. All my cells, tissues, organs, glands, blood vessels, nerves, and energetic pathways work perfectly. So I'm affirming the positive, what I do want. And on that note, I want to communicate is that what we're trying to do here with the EES system is we're creating a energetic terrain that's healthy. So you've heard of the microbiome, the gut terrain, and there's a biological terrain. So creating a healthy environment for our cells to live in. With the EES system, we are creating a healthy, optimal energetic terrain. These computers are generating frequencies that harmonize with your body's natural healing functions. The messaging coming from the computers is you are healthy, you are well, you are prosperous, you are loved. So when you get into the room, or you are relaxed, okay, you are at peace. So when you get into the room, your system starts to resonate with these frequencies because they're so powerful. And most of the time people get relaxed and doze off. And in my case, I usually fall asleep within 20 minutes or so, 20, 30 minutes when I'm in the E system room and I close my eyes. So what I'm doing then my system then is harmonizing with these frequencies. And then I come out of the session relaxed, recharged, and regenerated. That's what we're doing here in the E system. So you do that not just in your sessions, but in the rest of your life. You create an environment that supports health and wellness, which includes your biological terrain with your diet, eating foods that are healthy for you, optimal for you, no processed foods, no high inflammatory foods, not lots of sugar or caffeine or alcohol, but focusing on healthy fruits and vegetables, whole foods, grass-fed meat, wild-caught fish. These types of foods create a healthy terrain. Drinking water that's pure and charged with electrolytes, that creates a healthy fluid terrain. Creating a healthy psychic terrain or psychological terrain with what you expose yourself to. Instead of exposing yourself to lots of fear and drama and tragedy that's not actually in your life right now, expose yourself to things that are uplifting and peaceful and helps you reconnect with spirit and your true essence. So when you create that healthy psychic terrain, biological terrain, and energetic terrain that we do here in the EE system, then the cells of your body start to relax, they start to get recharged, and they start to detoxify, they start to regenerate, and your health will get better. So it's a consistency. The key is to be consistent. So, and I find the biggest problem people have, that the members that come in here, is that they're not always that consistent. They might come for a few days or a few weeks and then stop for a month or two. So if you can come consistently and create that healthy energetic terrain and create that healthy biological and psychic terrain in your life, then your body will have the correct information and energy to start to heal and recover. So that was, in essence, what I was taught by this Chinese doctor over 30 years ago in Chicago, is to focus on what you want, which is health, and create the environment. In his case, he used herbs and different types of medical qigong practices and things to create that environment that supported my body to recover, which I did. And that led me to a new career from law into natural healing, and that brings me to present date. That's what I've been doing ever since in the early 90s, I would say, yeah. So on our 2-year anniversary, I am sending out this message to our members and letting you know also that if you ever need my support, or you want to get more specific guidance from me on coaching you for your health, you can always contact me directly. And I'm working with some of our members right now, and will continue to into the future. And we're looking forward to seeing many of you this summer. So it's Jim Jordan with the Oregon Energy Healing Center, wishing you a great day.